Good morning, students. Today we start a unit 2, business models for business process in the Internet of Things. The first of these IoT, M2M system layers and design standardization. See, when you go for the system layers or the design standardization, the international organizations have taken the action for IoT designs for standardization. The first one is Internet Engineering Task Force, so that is the IETF. It is an international body initiate action for addressing and working on the recommendations for the engineering specifications on the IoT. So Internet Engineering Task Force is an international body. Suppose if you design anything like action performing on a particular address, you need to take the permission from the IETF. And it is also some specifications for the layers for communication, networks and applications. The second one is ITU-T, that is the International Telecommunication Union for Telecommunication. It refers to some suggestion models. It suggests a reference models for IoT domains or applications in the area of network and transportation capabilities. And this ITU-T is also a specification on application layers. Whatever we have application supported layers or application supported communication, it will be supported. The next one is European Telecommunication Standard Institute, that is ETSI. They given the standards for the networks and the devices for communicating of the mission to mission, and the European telecommunication also specifies on gateway domains, and he prefers high level layers architectures for applications and service capabilities. And next one is OGC. It is a open geospatial construct. They suggested a standard for sensors, discoveries, capabilities, qualities and other aspects supported by the geographical information. It also supports the web applications to find the geographical information. These are the 4 international standardizations. So next one is modified OSI model for IoT or M2M system. It is a 7 layers. You already know the OSI model. Layer 1 is the physical layer. Second one is the data link layer. Third one is the network layer. Fourth one is the transport layer. Fifth one is the session layer. And sixth one is the presentation layer. And seventh one is the application layer. There we converting. These are the 7 layers. where we organized in the OSI model. And the IETF suggests 6 layers modified OSI model, that is middle of the diagram. Left side we have a OSI 7 layers, the middle we have a 6 layers. One is the application layer. Presentation and session layer will be completely comes under one application, that is application support. Remaining are the same, that is the transportation, network, data adoption, physical cum data link layer. There we get a one equation, that's from the bottom up to top we get as IoT applications and services. What is that equation means? Gather plus enrich plus stream plus organize and analyze plus acquire plus manage. These are all equals to the IoT application. The OSI protocol means a family of information exchanging the standard development joined by the ISO and the ITU-T. Generally, the OSI model having the 7 layers. It is the basic outline for the any communication network. So 7 layers and any communication network we using as a basic 7 layers. Whereas only the data interchange layer considering as the OSI model to modify the simplified the according to the requirements, because the data link layer is the main important in any networks or modifications. So the previous diagram will represents classical 7 layer OSI model, and it is modified by the IETF. And there we have a data communication from the device end to application end. Each layer processes the received data and creates a new data stack which transfer it to the next layer. The processing takes the place at the in between the layers, that is between the bottom function layer to the top layer. There we find the equation. So see the line is there. Gathering, enrich, stream, manage, acquire, organization plus analyze is equals to the IoT application service. See that the bottom up to top we have the line. Gather, enrich, stream, analyze is equals to the IoT applications. So here, from coming to the layers of L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6, the L1, layer 1, it consists of smart sensing and data link circuits with each street light transferring the sensed data to the L2. Physical and data link layer having or consisting of smart sensing, and the sensed data will be transferred to the L2, that is the data adoption, where the data adoption will have a group of controllers which receives the data from each group through Bluetooth or the Zigbee or aggregates and compacts the data for the communication to the internet and controls the group streetlights as per the program commanded for the center station. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కనుక మనం స్ట్రీట్ లైట్స్ గురించి తీసుకున్నట్టయితే మెయిన్ ఆఫీస్ నుంచి వీ కెన్ కంట్రోల్ ద స్ట్రీట్ లైట్స్. ఏ స్విచ్ వేస్తే ఎక్కడ వెలుగుతుంది, ఎక్కడ ఆగిపోతుంది. సో ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? వీఆర్ కలెక్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఫిజికల్ అండ్ ద డేటా లింక్ లేయర్ నుంచి. లేయర్ 1 నుంచి మనం తీసుకుంటే లెవెల్ 2 ఏం చేస్తుంది? ఇట్ హ్యావింగ్ ద గ్రూప్ కంట్రోలర్స్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ద లెవెల్ 3 యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ నెట్వర్క్ త్రూ ఇంటర్నెట్. కానీ నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్ ఏం చెప్తుంది? కమ్యూనికేట్ చేసిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ని పాస్ చేసుకొని తీసుకొస్తుంది. సో దట్ నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్ విల్ పాస్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ లేయర్, దట్ ఈస్ ద ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్. The transport layer does device identify management that identify the registers and the data routing to the next layer. ఒక చోట నుంచి ఇంకో చోటుకి వెళ్ళడానికి ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్ ఓన్లీ ద క్యారీ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇట్ కెనాట్ రికగ్నైజ్ ద డివైజెస్. The fifth one is the main important, that is the application support layer. It having the data managing, acquiring, organizing and analyzing and functionality of the standard protocols such as CCUP, UDP and etc. Finally, the level 6 is the application layer. Enables remote programming and issue the central station direction through the switch on or off and commands of services to control along with the monitoring each group of the streetlights in the whole city. So first layer, physical or data link layer, gathering the information. So ఆ gathering ఎలా చేస్తాం? by using the sensed data. సెన్స్ చేసిన దాన్ని we make as a data adaptation. సెన్స్ చేసిన డేటాని we passing to the data. So అక్కడ నుంచి we will pass to the network layer. Network layer means it is a group of networking communicating each. After that transport layer will only identify the management and one location to another location information will be passed. Application layer, it is a managing, acquiring, organizing and analyzing the things. And finally the application will be controlling the switch on or off applications. We call it as a remote programming. So I placed the unit 2 notes in the group study material. So go through that one, we will get the very clear information. So you need to be explain the diagram for the modified OSI model for the IoT or M2M systems. So the ITUT reference model shows the ITLT reference model RM1. It is correspondence of the model with the 6 layers modified OSI model, and the figure also shows a comparison with the Cisco IoT reference model of RM2, which having the RM1 considering for the level 4 layers. See the diagram which will show you. So applications, service and application support layer, network layer and device layer. These are the 4 layers which we call as a reference model 1. In the middle we have a OSM model. There we combination, they make as a combination and make it as a one layer. From the bottom itself, device layer is there. The device layer, content of data adaptation, physical cum data link layer. This is called as a physical device. And next one is the network layer. That is the transport and network capabilities. The combination of two layers is a transport and network layer, and it is called as a connectivity. Service and application support layer, that's we call as application support. There we can have data abstraction, data accountability, data accumulation, data element analysis and transformation. The final one is the level 4, we call it as application. Here the collaboration and the process of the applications. Here the lowest layer we call it as L1, that will have device and gateway capabilities, and layer 2 we have a transportation and network capabilities. Like totally we have top layer is the L4. This is the ITUT reference model. Next one is ETSI, mission to mission domains and high level capabilities. In this model, it specifies the functional areas where the high level architecture for functional and structures will be considered. Each and every domain, it design an architecture for the high level capabilities. It shows the architecture correspondence with the 6-layer modified OSI model as well as the 4 layers of the ITUT reference model. The ETSI network domain has 6 capabilities and functionings. One is the M2M applications. Second one is the M2M service capabilities. Third one is the M2M management functions. Fourth one is the network management functions. Fifth one is the core network. And sixth one is the access network. For M2M means mission to mission. They consider as the high level capabilities. The gateway between the mission to mission area network and the core access network passing the mission M2M service capabilities and applications. See the diagram, ETSI, M2M domain architecture and its high level capabilities. Here the OSI having the 7 layers, physical cum data link layer, data adoption, network, transporters, application and application support and application layer. There we will convert it as a ETSI M2M. So they make as a 2 blocks, one block having the device and gateway domain, another block having the application and network domain. So the ETSI device and gateway domain has the following functionality. One is the gateways between the M2M area network and the core and access network processing, M2M services, capabilities and applications. So here the M2M area networks and the M2M devices. For M2M area network we use the Bluetooth, NFC, PAN, LAN and ZigBee. So now we discuss one by one. There we have a communication technologies. Here the communication technology in the local area network or the personal area network, we have physical cum data link layer, in the OSI model. The physical cum data link layer model consisting of the local area network and the personal area network. A local area network of IoT or the mission to mission device deploys one or two technologies, wireless or wired communication technology. The figure shows you how to communication for the data from and to devices to the local network connectivity through a gateway. Connected devices first to ith connected to the local network and the gateway using the WPN or the LPWAN network protocol. So device 1, device 2 up to device I-1, device I. These are all comes under the physical cum data link layer. Every device passing there are tens of bits. We can use the Bluetooth or the low energy devices, ZigBee, IP, NFC, RF link for the wireless technologies. For the wired technology we use the SPI and VRT. So the next topic is wireless communication technology. In generally, the wireless communication technology uses the physical cum data link layer. There may be used wired or wireless communication. For example of wireless communication technologies are NFC, RFID, ZigBee, Bluetooth, RF transceivers, RF modules. The very important is NFC. We call it as NFC is a near field communication. సో ఎన్ఎఫ్సి అనేది నియర్ ఫీల్డ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ మీకు ఎప్పుడు చెప్తున్నాను, మనకి తెలియకుండానే మనం దీన్ని వాడుతున్నాం. సో దీని గురించి జనరల్గా మనం తెలుసుకుంటే we can easily write the NFC notes or describe the NFC అన్న మనం రాసుకోవచ్చు. NFC or the N for near field communication. It is a high frequency wireless communication technology. గుర్తుపెట్టుకో, NFC is a wireless communication technology. So NFC is mainly aimed for mobiles or handheld devices. హ్యాండ్ డివైజెస్ కానీ మొబైల్స్ కానీ మనం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. రియల్ టైంలో ఎన్ఎఫ్సి అనేది ఎక్కడ తెలుసా, మనకి మొబైల్ మన ఏటీఎం కార్డు కానీ ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ మనకు అందరికీ తెలుసు కార్ పైన ఒక ట్యాగ్ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేస్తాం, దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫాస్ట్ ట్యాగ్. అదేంటి, ఆ డివైస్ నియర్ బైకి వెళ్ళంగానే ఆటోమేటిక్గా బిల్లింగ్ జనరేట్ అయ్యి డోర్ ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. దిస్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ద ఎన్ఎఫ్సి ఓన్లీ. ఇవన్నీ మనకి తెలియకుండా ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ కీస్ ఫర్ కార్స్, ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ డివైస్ ద్వారా మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, కార్ లాకింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. రిమోట్ కార్స్, కొన్ని కార్లకి లాక్స్ అనేవి ఉండవు. ఓకే, ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనం కీ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి లోపల స్టార్ట్ బటన్ ఉంటుంది. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎన్ఎఫ్సి కింద వస్తాయి. దట్ ఈస్ వీ కాల్ as NFC is mainly aimed for mobile or handheld devices. A radio communication is established by touching the two phones or keeping them in a proximity of a few centimeters up to 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters are the maximum distance of 20 centimeters వరకు మాత్రమే మనకి ఎంఎఫ్సి అనేది కమ్యూనికేషన్ అవుతుంది. It allows or it enables the data exchange between the cards in a proximity and other devices. Allows communication between the two powered devices. రెండు పవర్డ్ డివైజెస్ మీన్స్ యాక్టివ్ డివైజెస్ కనుక ఉంటే దాన్ని ఆటోమేటిక్గా కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది అలో చేస్తుంది. పవర్డ్ అండ్ నాన్ సెల్ఫ్ పవర్డ్ డివైజెస్, కొన్నిసార్లు నాన్ పవర్డ్ డివైజెస్ కూడా పనిచేస్తాయి. లైక్ ఏ ఫాస్ట్ ట్యాగ్, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడే చెప్పా కదా, ఫాస్ట్ ట్యాగ్ ఈజ్ ఏ దెర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎనీ పవర్ బట్ దే హ్యావ్ ఏ స్మాల్ చిప్ ఇన్ ద వైర్లెస్ చిప్. ఎన్ఎఫ్సి అనే చిప్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది, దాని ద్వారా అది కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది చేస్తుంది. వీఆర్ నాట్ ఛార్జింగ్ ఫర్ ద పర్టికులర్ డివైస్ ఆర్ పేపర్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్. ఓకే, దాన్ని మనం ఏం చెప్తాం అంటే పాసివ్ డివైస్ అంటాం. యాక్టివ్ డివైస్ అంటే వీఆర్ ఛార్జింగ్, సో ఇవ్వటం పవర్తో కమ్యూనికేషన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఛార్జింగ్ డివైజెస్ అంటాం. ఈవెన్ దో ఏటీఎం కార్డ్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ as ఏ పాసివ్ డివైజెస్. So NFC is an extension of radio frequency identification technology that combines the interface of a smart card and a radar into a single device. This allows two-way communication between the endpoints, where the earlier system were one-way only. So radio frequency అనే దాన్ని యూజ్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇంతకుముందు ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ ఓన్లీ సింగిల్ వే కమ్యూనికేషన్, నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ two-way communication. So it operates within the global available and unlicensed radio frequency band of 13.56 with a band of 14 kilohertz. Working distance with compact standards antennas up to 10 centimeters. Supporting data ranges 106 kbps, 212 kbps and 424 kbps per second. What is NFC radar? See the device. NFC controller is there. There we having a NFC antenna. In the baseband we have NFC application, interfaces and service and adoption. Usually a microcontroller based with an integrated circuit that is capable of generating the radio frequency at 13.56 megahertz with components such as encoder, decoder, antennas, comparators and firmware designed to transmit the energy to a tag and read information back from it by detecting the backscatter modulation. The radar continuously imitates the RF carrier signals and keep observing the received RF signals for data. So మనకి RF NFC రేడర్లో ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, we use the encoder and decoder. ఎన్కోడర్ అంటే బిట్స్ పాస్ చేసిన దాన్ని ఎన్కోడ్ చేసుకొని డికోడ్ చేసుకొని, డికోడర్ మీన్స్ that is encryption and decryption type. So whatever the code they received, they are making as encryption, and after that they decryption the one by using the passing through the antennas and comparators to transmit the energy of a particular NFC radar. This is very important, that is the NFC tag. మనం యూస్ చేసే అనే నియర్ ఫీల్డ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ NFC tags, an RFID device incorporating a silicon memory chip connecting to the external antenna. Tag does not have its own power source. ట్యాగ్కి ఎక్కడ కూడా మనం ఇప్పుడు కార్లలో యూస్ చేసేది కూడా NFC ట్యాగ్, దానికి ఓన్గా పవర్ సోర్స్ ఏముండదు. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎస్ ఎ ప్యాసివ్. ద ప్యాసివ్ ట్యాగ్ అబ్జర్వ్ ఏ స్మాల్ పోర్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ ఎమిటెడ్ బై ద రేడార్. ఫోన్ నుంచి లిటిల్ బిట్ పవర్ని గ్రాప్ చేయటం, లేదా మనం యూస్ చేసే ఫాస్ట్ ట్యాగ్స్ అన్నిటికీ గ్లాస్ మీద సన్లైట్ బేస్ చేసుకొని దే అబ్జర్వింగ్ ద పవర్ and start sending the modulating information when sufficient energy is acquired from the RF field generated by the radar. Here the data modulation is accomplished by either direct modulation or the FSK or the phase modulation. See the RF tag, we have antenna, modulator, memory, logic, check extractor and antenna power, rectifier and regulation. See, చూసారు కదా, this is the tag where we are using the NFC. Operation of NFC. NFC has two communicator terminals. That is, one is the initiator, the another one is the target. The initiator is one who wishes to communicate and starts the communication. The targeter receives the initiator communication and request and send back as a reply. See the diagram. The initiator, the NFC device passing through the wireless RFID object to the nearby NFC object. The NFC employs two different codings to transfer the data. If an active device transfers data at 106 kilobytes, a modified Miller coding with 100% of modulation is used. In all other cases, Manchester coding is used with a modulation ratio of 10%. So this is where you see the coding 0 and 1 pulse rating, that is called as encoding. So whatever the message transmitting from low level to the high level, the low level we consider as a 0 and the high level we consider as a 1, and the signal or the encoding message will be converted by using the two patterns. One is the Messenger coding or modified Miller coding. There are the two modes of communication. One is the passive communication mode, another one is the active communication mode. In the passive communication mode, the initiator device provides a carry field and the target device answers by modulating the exiting field. In this mode, the target devices may draw its operating power from the initiator provided electronic magnetic field. For the active communication, both initiator and the target device communicating by alternatively generating their own field. A device detects its RF field while it is waiting for the data. In this mode, both devices typically need to have a power supply. So active communication lo power supply, both devices having the power supply, then only that transaction will be done. So NFA device communicating via the magnetic field induction, where the two loop antennas are located within each other, that is a near field, effectively forming a air core transforms. The radar continuously generates an RF carrier sine wave at 13.56 MHz, watching always for the modulation to occur. Detected modulation of the field would be indicating the presence of a tag. That is the read-write head, antenna coils passing the magnetic field and passes through the data carrier. The waves will be detecting the modulation and perform the operations. So a tag enters the RF field generating by the radar. Once the tag has received sufficient energy to operate correctly, it divides down the carrier and begins clocking its data to an output transmitter, which is normally connected across the coil inputs. Generally, the tag output is always passing the information to collect the information from the memory. And making as a slight changes in the amplitude. On encoding and the data modulation of the methods we are using. See the comparison with the existing technologies. These are the technologies we are using as a NFC, RFID, IROS and Bluetooth. These are all wireless technologies. Setup time is NFC having less than 0.1 milliseconds and the RFID is also 0.1 ms. IRT is having 0.5 seconds and Bluetooth it is having the 6 seconds. So the range is up to the 10 centimeters for the NFC. When you are using the RFID up to the 3 meters and IROS up to the 5 meters and the Bluetooth it is having the 30 meters range. The usability, human centric, easy, intuitive, fast. And use cases, pay, get access, share, initiating service, easy to set up. Consumer experience, touch, wave, simple connection. But where we are using the NFC, it is giving as a high security, that is called as a selectivity. RFID, it is giving as a parity given, and IR also it is giving a line of strength, and Bluetooth, who are you? It is asking the question, who are you? Then it will be connecting the data. So the devices we use here, read-write mode, peer-to-peer mode and card emulated mode. These are the operating modes for the NFC device. Device mode means read-write mode. We have a ID cards that will read by the NFC mission. Peer-to-peer, mobile-to-mobile communication by using the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth. And card emulated mode, we have a traditional contactless smart cards. So NSE forum has issued various specifications to the date. That is the specification and what is the purpose. So NFC data exchange format is defined for the common data format between the NFC compliant device and tags. Whereas a record type definition, that is RTD, we use specific rules for building the standard record type. 5 specification RDS. One is the text, URI, smart poster, generic control and signature. And the logical link control protocol defines the protocol to support peer-to-peer communication between the two NFC enabled devices. Connection handover operation specific for the 4 tags types, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the NFC specifications for the forum. What is the benefits of the NFC? NFC provides a range of benefits to consumer and the business, such as versatile. NFC is ideally suited to the broadest range of industries, environment and users. Open and standard based technology enables inherently secure, interoperable security read. So these are the benefits for the NFC. The applications of NFC is, one is identification, second one is the time and attendance, third one is the physical access, fourth one is secure PC login, fifth one is the transmit, sixth one cashless payments, seventh one is the loyalty memberships and ticketing. These are the some of the applications for NFC. See here, ID card with you having a chip, time and attendance, physical access, secure logo, so vehicle transmission time, cashless payments, loyalty memberships and ticketing. So NFC and mobile payment. A customer makes his payment through the mobile phone using the NFC device. NFC phones will open wallet application. Wallet will display the product cost. When user clicks on buy, at checkout, wallet will be display all the credit debit cards in the wallet for the payment. Customer will select the card for the payment. Wallet will show the confirmation price with the checkout basket. Wallet will connect to retailer bag end for company authorization and display the tracking of the information. సో మన ఫోన్ ద్వారా మనలో ఉండే వైఫై డివైస్ని ఎన్ఎఫ్సి రీడ్ చేసి ది మేక్ యాజ్ ఎ కన్ఫర్మేషన్ అండ్ కంటిన్యూ చేసినప్పుడు మనకి ఆటోమేటిక్గా పేమెంట్ అనేది జరుగుతుంది. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ ద కనెక్షన్ హ్యాండ్ ఓవర్. లైక్ మన ఇంట్లో ఉండే బ్లూటూత్ కానీ వైఫై డివైజెస్ని యూస్ చేసుకొని కార్ డివైజెస్ కానీ హెడ్సెట్స్ని కానీ speakers and gani we can connect it. That is called as a peer-to-peer communication. Call it as a peer-to-peer communication. So another use cases for the NFC smart posters, one is assist management, access parking, meal orders, remote working, reporting, maps and event calendars. This is security gate diagram and this is the NFC parking. The payment is automatically cut. So today's topic is NFC, near field communication, their applications, వేర్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ద ఎన్ఎఫ్సి ఇన్ ద రియల్ టైమ్. మనం చాలా చోట్ల మనకు తెలియకుండా మనం వాడుతున్నాం. దట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్ ఐఓటీ టెక్నాలజీ. ద ఐఓటీ టెక్నాలజీ ఈజ్ ఏ ఎన్ఎఫ్ఐడి, నియర్ ఫీల్డ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్లో ఎన్ఎఫ్సి ద్వారా మనం వీటిని ఐడెంటిఫై చేసుకొని వర్క్ చేసుకున్నాం. మన జనరల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే ఏ ఏరియాస్లో ఇది వాడుతున్నామంటే అవన్నీ కూడా మనకి ఇంటర్నెట్ కింద యాక్సెస్ అవుతున్నాయి. ఓకే, thank you.